Hey guys. So I actually did this video once before, but I didn't show you guys because the quality was so bad that I was like, I can't put this out. But basically this video is going to be about Attack on Titan, because a lot of people have been asking me to make an Attack on Titan video. I don't know what to do for that. This is probably one of the more difficult things about doing my job, and I think it'll give some insight into like just how I go about doing my work in the first place. Whenever I see fiction that one I think people will be interested in having dissected, or that I think people would benefit from the concepts that I would break down, I try to make a video on it. And those things are mainly predicated on whatever's inside the fiction not being like self-evident. That means that it can't be super simple or straightforward that pretty much like anyone will get, because there's tons of stories out there that basically anybody, even if you don't have a background in kind of like literary formation and, you know, like structure and storytelling, they can understand, oh, this is why this happened this way, this is why this is all going along. And granted, that doesn't exactly like translate out to being able to write it, but they get it. And this is going to sound insane, but Attack on Titan, I think, falls into that category. At least the ending. I've made a video on the circular storytelling of Attack on Titan before, and basically what it does is that it takes all the stuff that it has set up previously as foreshadowing, because Isayama is really, really good at foreshadowing, and then it basically makes a commentary on it in the final minutes of the conclusion, right? The closing act, which is, I guess, like the final like hour and a half thing. Funny enough, I didn't even know that was like the final episode or final episodes. I thought that that was like the beginning of the latest part of the season. I had no idea. I was expecting way more, but that doesn't mean I was disappointed. It just meant that as far as me trying to like break it down and dissect it, I almost don't even know what to comment on in a way that will be educational. And I know that some of you watching don't even really watch me for like education. Of course, like in some way you do, but it's just like entertainment in the same way that you can like tune into basically anyone online. It's for their opinion, because you like seeing them talk about these things. And that's always so strange for me to think that I have any amount of people in my audience that do that, because like I've always just strictly wanted it to be education based. But yeah, this is very weird for me because I want to be able to talk about it and I want to be able to give you guys the things that you want, but I don't know what to talk about. Now, I might be able to find something to be able to kind of like dive into Attack on Titan, because if you guys request it, I literally could just talk about my feelings on it. But I do feel at the end, they literally go with like piece by piece and they break down like what's happening in the show and how they got to that point and why they've arrived there and all the things that came to it. I think that's rare in a show for it to conclude with such a bow. I think, honest to God, the after or like during credits scene is like way more, I think, mysterious than the actual like ending of the show. You know, like when they show like the tree growing and like basically the whole cycle starting over after a nuclear war. That has more stuff to unpack than the actual kind of like show. But I wanted to be able to talk about that, is that when I choose stuff to make videos on, because it's like a long process, it is very much a labor of love for me to choose a video, write a script on it, dissect it, send it over to my editor, who, you know, I direct and make scripts for and instruction sheets, and then review it and everything. And doing that has to be very specified. If you guys still want an Attack on Titan video, I will make one. I just want to let you guys know that it doesn't necessarily fit into what I see as being interesting or like educational or like really constructive. But hey, if you want it, you want it. But yeah, this is like a short video just to give you some insight on like how I choose things, how I pick things. And I hope it helps. So thank you all for watching, and you know, I'll see you again soon with these random short videos.